everybody, Cinema Sickness here with your daily sickness video and TGIF. Yes, happy Friday to each and every one of you. Hope you guys are having a great week thus far. Hope your Friday is going fantastic. And like I said in yesterday's video, I have off today. Very excited about that. So it's very early in the morning. I'm doing this video very, very early so I can then go to bed, wake up, and spend the rest of the day with the family. So, we're going to try to get through this really fast because, really, how long can I spend talking about these movies? Yes, we are doing a review today. We have a review video for you today. Not going to do an unboxing. Going to do reviews for you just to get these out of the way. But how much can I really talk about these? How much can I say that I haven't already said or that many other people haven't already said? And we're going to talk about the Star Wars films. Yes, including Clone Wars and the new Star Wars Rebels movie. So we're going to talk about all 8 films here, which I did watch in chronological order because I felt that was the best way to watch them since I was throwing these 2 in as well. Just seemed to make sense. Would have kind of seemed weird to watch them all out of order with these 2 thrown in. Maybe if I was just watching 6, yeah, okay, you can watch. Well, I feel, some people like to watch the original trilogy first and then the prequels. That's fine. I'm okay with that when you're watching this. But I see if you're going to watch all 8, then you kind of should probably watch them chronologically, in my opinion. And honestly, personally, my choice of watching them is chronologically. I just like watching them that way. I think when I show them to Cinema Sickness Jr. for the first time, when I show him the movies for the first time, I will show them in the order they were released. I'll show him episode 4, 5, 6, and then 1, 2, 3. I'll show him that way. But for somebody like me who's seen the movies 100 times, I just watch them chronologically now. So, all right, like I said, we're going to try to do this fast. I do not want to spend an hour talking about these movies because, again, what can I say that hasn't been said? So, all right, let's do it. Episode 1, I actually think it's a great movie. A lot of people don't seem to like it. It seems like the new bandwagon now to hate that movie. I remember when the movie came out, it seemed to be kind of 50-50. Some people liked it, some people didn't like it. But I didn't hear many people, just truly ripping it apart. I mean, there were some people, but it seemed like for the most part, people were okay with it at least. Nowadays, it seems like it's the new bandwagon to just destroy this movie. It seems like the most hated movie out of all 6 of the live-action films. And personally, I would disagree. I think it's a fun movie. I think it's very enjoyable. I love the action scenes. I love Darth Maul. I think he's a great Sith Lord. I think it sucked that he got killed in it. I kind of like the scene going into episode 2 because I really like Darth Maul. I think he's a really, really, really good villain. But it is what it is. So I really do enjoy the first film. I think it's awesome. So in my opinion, The Phantom Menace is really enjoyable. Yes, there are problems. You have not very good acting from Anakin. Yes, I don't remember his name, but the actor who plays Anakin, yeah, little iffy on his acting. Fine, I get that. It is what it is. Jar Jar Binks, yes, fine. Annoying. He most certainly is annoying. But with that being said, does he ruin the film for me? No, he does not. I can certainly look past him. If I can look past the Ewoks, I can definitely look past Jar Jar Binks, and that's something that drives me nuts. Is a lot of people are like, Ewoks, yay, Jar Jar Binks, no, and I'm like, they're kind of the same characters. In fact, there were many parts that when I was watching, it wasn't until I got to Return of the Jedi that I kind of started noticing they threw in a lot of winks and nods to the Ewoks in the character of Jar Jar Binks. And I thought that was pretty cool. I didn't really notice that before. I've seen these movies like a dozen times each, but some more than that. But I never really noticed all the winks and the Ewok winks and nods in the Jar Jar Binks character. I thought that was pretty cool. So in my opinion, they're like the same kind of character. They're both the comedy relief, kind of annoying, weird, stupid characters, but I can look past them. They don't drive me nuts. They don't ruin the movies for me, and I hate that people are okay with Ewoks, but they just hate Jar Jar Binks, and I think they just use Jar Jar as an scapegoat and just another reason to put down episode 1. But anyway, that's just me. So, all right, so episode 1, again, Phantom Menace. I enjoyed it. I think it's great. I think it's a great way to start the series off. I love watching this little Anakin and how he got involved in this whole thing, and just knowing that this little kid is someday going to grow up to be Darth Vader. I think that's awesome. I think it's just a great way to start the story off. I think it's brilliant. I really do enjoy it. Sure, it has its problems, but honestly, all 6 movies, and I don't care what you say, all 6 movies have their problems. Not a single one of them is perfect. Blasphemy, I don't care. Not a single one is perfect. I could nitpick them all if I really wanted to. So I love episode 1. Yeah, so okay, we're done with that. On to episode 2. This is definitely a bridge movie. This movie, I feel personally, is the weakest out of all 6 because, like I said, it is just a bridge movie. It's bridging the first movie where we meet Anakin, learn about him. The Qui-Gon Jinn's dead. Obi-Wan takes over. Anakin is now his apprentice. And we got to go from this little kid to him eventually becoming Darth Vader. And that is what happens in Attack of the Clones. And again, it's kind of a bridge movie. It's just kind of like, it's setting things up. It's kind of like, okay, Anakin's older now. Let's set it up. Let's set things up. Let's get things in motion. Let's get everything into play and get everything where we need it to go for the epic Episode 3. So it is definitely a bridge movie. It feels like a bridge movie. In my opinion, the weakest out of all 6. But is it bad? No. It's still an enjoyable movie. I absolutely love the hell of it. Again, more great action, more great, just fantastic epic scenes. I really do enjoy it. But yes, it is the weakest. And it's funny, though, because everybody rips apart Episode 1. But in my opinion, I find it amusing that like nobody ever seems to talk about Episode 2. So it makes me wonder, when I hear people rip apart Episode 1, and then they'll also talk about Episode 3, but they'll just like forget Episode 2 ever happened. It makes me wonder, is Episode 2 really the one you like the least, or is Episode 1 the one you like the least? Because you're not even mentioning Episode 2, and I hear that a lot with like other reviewers. So, like I said, the weakest, but still very enjoyable, and I do enjoy it. Okay, then from there we go into Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Yes, this takes place in between Episode 2 and Episode 3, and this movie sucks. It is what it is. This is an hour-and-a-half pilot to the Star Wars Clone Wars series, and it feels like it. This feels like an hour-and-a-half long episode, and that is a shame. That sucks. That is a horrible, horrible thing. What this should have been a movie all about the Clone Wars. Now, they wouldn't have done that. They couldn't have done that, because had they done that, it would have ruined the entire TV series, and then you wouldn't have had it. I get that, but I don't care. The hell with the TV series. I don't care how good it might be. I haven't watched it yet. I don't care how good it might be. What this should have been, and what I wanted to see, was the Clone Wars. I wanted to see the story of the Clone Wars in this movie. It should have been like a 2-hour movie all about the Clone Wars. That would have been awesome, because that's one of my problems with Episode 2 also, is the fact that they're building up this Clone War. They keep talking about, and they're building up this whole big war, and then you like never really see what happened. It's like, oh, there was, between episode 2 and 3, it's like, yeah, there was this big war. Okay, anyway, on to the story. It's like, whoa, a war? What? Like, I want to know more about this war. So apparently we get that, I guess, in the series, but honestly, this movie was not very good. It didn't really introduce us. It didn't really build things up. It doesn't really get you kind of like involved and man, like, I really want to see where the story goes. It just feels like a little story, and it's what it is. It's just a small little story within the wars. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see a small little story within the war. I want to know about the war. I want to know what's happening. And at the very least, build it up, make something epic, make something awesome, make something that gets me really excited to watch the series and learn more about the Clone Wars. We do not get that here, and that sucks. This is not very good. I really would recommend it. It's got horrible reviews when it came out, and rightfully so. It just isn't what it should have been. This really should have been a movie about the Clone Wars, not just a story that takes place during the Clone Wars. So, oh well. All right. Then on to Episode 3. I don't care, again, possibly some blasphemy here, but in my opinion, Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, is my favorite. Is the strongest, most epic, awesome movie out of all 6. Again, I don't care what you say. I know a lot of people, it seems like Empire Strikes Back is a lot of people's favorites. Fine, great. Episode 3 is my favorite out of all of them. I think it's just the best. I think it's the most epic. Watching Anakin go from being this whiny, well, I mean, he's still kind of a whiny brat. That's another thing, too, you have to worry about Episode 2, is that Anakin, bit of a little whiny emo bitch, and you kind of want to slap him a couple of times, but watching him go from, do I want to be a Jedi, and all this stuff, and I'm fighting my feelings and whatnot, and whine and cry and boo-hoo, yada, 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 to just giving himself up to the dark side and becoming this evil character of Darth Vader is awesome. I love it when he just, goes to Emperor Palpatine and just says, the hell with it. I want to save Padme. I want to save, my wife, the love of my life. I want to save her from dying. Teach me how to do this. Teach me the ways of the dark side so I can be so powerful and save her life. And just watching him just become evil and giving himself to the dark side is just awesome. And that scene, I posted this scene at CinemaSickness.com. That scene where he walks into the Jedi training center and he confronts the younglings, and the youngling comes up to me and comes up to me. Yeah, I wish. Comes up to Anakin and says, he says, there's so many of them. What are we gonna do now? And Anakin he doesn't say anything. He has an evil look on his face. His hood up and everything like that. And he just turns a lightsaber on. The blade comes out. And the kid should have won an award for like the best actor of the year. When Anakin flips out the blade of the lightsaber, that blade, that light shoots out, and that kid, just the look of pure terror on his face. I don't know how they got him to do that. Either A, he's the greatest actor ever, or B, George Lucas was standing behind something with like a scary Wolfman costume on and like jumped out or something like that. Because when Anakin turns that lightsaber on, that kid just goes like, he just shakes and gets this pure look of terror in his face. That's not, I mean, that is, I don't know how to explain it. Like that's either just the best acting I've ever seen in any movie ever, or they literally did something to scare that kid in that scene to get that out of him, because it looks so genuine, it looks so real. That shake, that it's just that tremble, that little tremble. If he just like had a look of like, oh no on his face, something like that, it wouldn't have done it. It's that tremble, it's that shake he does, that when he kind of steps back and he doesn't overact it. He's not like, oh no, or anything like that. He just like step back and wave his hands around like, what are you doing? Nothing like that. It's just this tiny little like what? If you ever seen a kid get scared, I've seen children get scared. If you ever seen a child get scared before, I mean, even my son, something scares him. It's not like this whole big like epic thing where like they freak out. It's just a little like what, like a little like tremble, and it's so well done by this kid. I love it. Again, best acting I've ever seen. Well, either the best acting I've ever seen or the best job of somebody behind Anakin scaring, jumping out at the right time to scare this kid to get him to do that scene correctly. I don't know how they did it. It's fantastic. Love it. So I love this movie so much. I every time I sit down and watch all 3 movies, this is the one I'm looking for, or I'll watch all 6 movies. This is the one I'm looking forward to the most. I love Revenge of the Sith. Again, just watching Anakin fully go to the dark side. You know it's coming. He's battling kind of with himself throughout the second movie and then into the third movie, beginning of the third movie. So you know it's coming. And at the end, boom, goes to the dark side. The fight between him and Obi-Wan is awesome. I love that battle and him getting burned up, and at the very end, him becoming Darth. Yes, the no is a little ridiculous. But it's still great. I love it. I mean, it's just get the epicness of it. Just the end of it, where they're putting the helmet onto Anakin, so it becomes Darth Vader. Just awesome. I love the movie so much. It's great. I don't know what else to say. I'm a big fan. All right, so again, enough about that. So in between episode 3 and episode 4, we have Star Wars Rebels, the new movie here. Spark of Rebellion. Really excited about watching this one because I hadn't seen this one. I've seen all these movies. Hadn't seen this one yet. This is basically this again, where it's just a pilot to the new Star Wars Rebel movies, or Star Wars Rebels TV series. Like I said, it's fairly early in the morning. Bear with me. Just a trailer to the trailer pilot, where you want to say, to the new series. This one's only 45 minutes long, so it's not an hour and a half like this one. But this one here should have been an hour and a half long, because this was great. Unlike this movie, where it's just a continuation of the prequels. It takes place between episode 2 and episode 3 with the same characters that we've been seeing. So it's just a continuation. It doesn't really blow anything up. It's not really epic. Again, it's just a story that takes place during the Clone Wars. It doesn't really amount to anything. Doesn't add really anything new to the plot, and just becomes very bland and mediocre and just eh. This adds a whole bunch of newness. At this point, the Empire has taken over. They've taken over the galaxy. Things are not doing too good. People are not too happy about it. You get this band of rebels going against them. And you get this kid here who's kind of just this, actually reminded me very much of like Aladdin in a way. I kind of kept seeing this kid as like, a street urchin. I kept thinking of Aladdin every time I saw this kid for some reason. But he ends up getting involved in this group of rebels, kind of by accident. He gets involved with them. Come to find out, one of the guys obviously the dude with the lightsaber right there. He actually is an old Jedi. He actually survived when all the Jedi were being killed off. He was one of the few who survived. Now he's in this band of rebels. Takes on this kid here as his new apprentice. I am so excited to see where this goes. This is all new characters. This is a whole new thing, and this is a time period getting between the prequel and the originals that we don't really know, enough about. I want to see where this goes. I want to see where where this whole time period expands off to. I want to see what happens to these characters. I'm excited for this series. In 45 minutes, they made me so excited to watch this series as opposed to an hour and a half of me just going, I have no interest in seeing Star Wars Clone Wars series because this was not very good. This here did it within a more or less a half hour. Got me excited to see where the story is going, and I cannot wait to watch the new TV series. This is great. If you haven't seen this, check it out. The why it was never released to Blu-ray, I will have no idea. It's a CGI animated film. Should have got a Blu-ray release. Never did. You can only get this one on DVD. That is a shame. I don't get that, but it's awesome. Pick it up on DVD. Check it out. It's great. Okay, try to get through these really quick. So, all right, on to the original trilogy. Now, I did watch my Blu-ray edition because I kind of wanted to see what they look like in high definition. I usually, when I watch them, I'll watch the unedited versions. I have them on Laserdisc and Beta, CD, VHS. I have the original unedited versions. So I usually watch them, but I kind of wanted to see what they look like in high definition. So that's why I ended up watching these versions because, whatever. My thoughts on the changes. In 97, when they did a special edition, those should have never been done. Special edition versions should have never been done. Those should never happen. Why? Why do them? They didn't add anything. You're just putting in CGI and some special effects and whatnot because you have the technology. Stupid. Should never been done. I hate the fact that they ever did that. However, in, was it 2000, 2001, whatever that was, when they went back and updated them again for for a second major time. They've been updating these movies from the 80s. But when they updated them again, basically they updated them to make them work better with the prequels. I have mixed feelings about that. Part of me is like, cool. I kind of like it because, we do have these prequels now. If you're going to go back and change them, I guess if you want to change stuff up to make it work better with the prequels, I'm kind of okay with that. It's like I don't love the idea, but at the same time, I'm like, all right. Like those are changes I can live with if you really want to make them. But in my opinion, every single DVD, Blu-ray, whatever release of those updated versions should have contained the original theatrical releases because you're changing stuff. You're putting out new editions, new versions, new updated versions of these classic movies. Don't forget about the original classic films. Don't forget about where these updated movies came from. I hate that. I really didn't like that George was like, okay, the original cuts never existed. Don't watch them. Don't care about them. Forget those ever happened. These new editions, these are the definitive releases. These are the ones I want everybody to see. These are the only ones that matter. That kind of pissed me off. So, like I said, mixed bag, double-edged sword for me. I kind of see both ways. I kind of like, as a film buff, I'm kind of like, well, don't change stuff around. Once a movie's made, that's it. That's how the movie is. Should never be gone back and worked over again. But then, as somebody who's just kind of like, I like Star Wars and I kind of like, I like all 6 movies a lot. So I'm kind of like, well, I'm okay with some of the changes. Some of the changes that make certain things in the original trilogy that would look kind of off because of the prequels. I'm like, all right, I'm kind of okay with the changes in a way. So mixed bag. I know it's a bit of blasphemy right there, but it is a mixed bag for me. It's just what pissed me off the most, what had me the most upset was, if you're going to go back and you're going to change things, you're going to make stuff different, don't forget about the originals. And George did. George did not care about the originals. He wanted nobody to ever see those originals again. He only wanted people to see the new versions he made, and that is stupid. So, all right, very quickly, let's get through these. A New Hope. Love watching the movie, but it is amusing that you could totally tell in this movie they really had no. I don't think they ever had any thoughts they were going to go anywhere past the first movie, because the movie just feels like its own self-contained movie. You watch it, and at the end, you're kind of like, there are certainly things left open, but it's like at the end of the movie, you kind of feel like the story's sort of over. Like they were just trying to do a one and done movie here. obviously became this huge success. And then when they went to the second movie, you could tell they were like, oh, now we need to like jump things up, make stuff epic, make this whole big story huge, epic, and awesome. And you can totally tell that. I watched the first movie, and I watch A New Hope, and I look at it, I'm like, they're totally just doing one movie here. It's not like the prequel movies where they knew they were going to do 3 and they set it up to do 3. No, they never really set anything up. They kind of just did one movie, and you knew that was like, they're like, all right, let's just do one and done, and that's probably going to be it. But regardless, it's a great movie. I absolutely love it. Okay, of course, then we go into Empire Strikes Back, and that's a lot of people's favorites, and where things get super epic. Of course, I'm Your Father, finding out Luke and Leia are related, and all the huge epicness that comes into play with that. Do definitely enjoy that movie. Again, I think it's brilliant. I'd say out of all 6, my second favorite. Yeah, definitely my second favorite out of all 6 movies. Very enjoyable, very great. What am I going to say? What am I going to say about these movies that haven't been said already? I don't really need to review these films. I feel stupid reviewing these films. I should just kind of give my opinions on why I like the prequels. That seems to make more sense. But again, episode 5. Episode 5. Again, Empire Strikes Back. It's a great film. I love it. Again, the Luke. I'm Your Father. It's a great scene. Luke getting his hand cut off. I love it. Although Luke, the no, like, oh, that's I kind of want to choke him every time he does that scene. That's some not very good acting right there. Again, I could pick apart the originals if I wanted to as well. So, all right, it's a great movie. I don't really know what else to say. Then we go into Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, and a pretty decent closing to the series. I do enjoy it. You see, we have the Ewoks now, which again, I don't understand. How come you can be okay with Ewoks, but then like hate Jar Jar so much? They're kind of one and the same almost. The Ewoks do bug me. They are annoying, but does that ruin the movie? No, just like Jar Jar didn't ruin the first movie, the Ewoks don't ruin the last movie. I can look past them. They are what they are. They're just stupid characters that are there for, comedic relief and whatnot. Yes, I know they help fight against the Empire, and they really do help put an end to the Empire. They play a big part, but still they're very much comic relief. So anyway, I can look past them. Where do I want to go with this now? Here's where I really, when I watch Return of the Jedi, this is the part where I really go, I know everybody always says Darth Vader is like one of the most evil characters in cinematic history, and sure he is, but Lord Sidious, Emperor Palpatine, in my opinion, he is one of the most evil characters in movie history, and I always feel bad for him because he gets so downplayed by people when they talk about it. They're like, Darth Vader, Darth Vader, Darth Vader. Oh yeah, that Emperor Palpatine guy. Darth Vader is his apprentice. Darth Vader still has good in him, as we see in this movie. Darth Vader, I came prepared. Darth Vader still has good in him. He still has that, good Anakin in him. Even after all this time, he still hasn't completely 100% gone to the dark side. He still has some good left in him. Whereas Palpatine has he is the dark side. If you look up the dark side in the dictionary, Palpatine's next to it. He is the definition of pure evil, of the dark side. He has let dark side completely take him over 110%. There is no good in him at all. I love watching him try to turn Luke over to the dark side. Just, him laughing at Luke and just that evil smile on his face of just him being like, yes, come to the dark side, come over. Kill off your father, kill your father, kill my apprentice. I don't care about him. I just want to see you become pure evil. It's like, dude, what? Bad ass. He's such an evil character. I don't think Darth Vader is all that's evil of a character. There's much more evil characters out there in cinematic history. Because again, Darth, he's kind of just playing up the badass. He still has a lot of good left in him. He still cares for his son, I'm assuming his daughter as well. He still has good inside him. And because of that, I don't think he's truly this horrible evil character everybody makes him out to be, whereas Palpatine is the horrible evil character, and he's the one I think everybody should just, you know, he's the one everybody should be like most evil character in cinematic history. I agree with that. Don't agree with Darth, but not that Darth's a bad character. He's great, but again, Palpatine, he's pure evil. He is the dark side. So yeah, so and like great ending, great conclusion. I love the fact that, you know, if you really look at it, Anakin was, you know, supposed to be, you know, fulfill the prophecy of putting an end to the dark side. He was supposed to be the, you know, the one Jedi who puts an end to the dark side, and you know, he ends up becoming Darth Vader. So, you know, a lot of people look. I hear a lot of people look at it and go, "Oh, well, he didn't fulfill his prophecy," and I disagree. He did fulfill a prophecy, just not through him, through Luke and even Leia. He fulfilled the prophecy through his children. So, you know, he was supposed, everybody was looking at him as the prophet, as the one who was going to bring an end to the dark side, and then it ends up going to the dark side, but ends up having children who then put an end to the dark side. So through his children, he did fulfill the prophecy. So I look at it as he did, which gets me a little nervous for the next 3 films, because, you know, I'm kind of like, all right, well, is the dark side, I mean, I guess the dark side will never end, but, you know, did they bring an end to the Empire? You know, is the Empire dead now? Again, that was part of the, you know, fulfill the prophecy of bringing an end to like dark side and the Empire, which you feel is done at Return of the Jedi, but is it really? I don't know. And then even I really hope that in the next movies, if, you know, the dark side's still around, which I'm assuming it is, and even if I guess the Empire's not gonna be around anymore, but if it is still kind of around in some way, I do hope they put an end to it, and then, you know, they actually end it. They do fulfill the prophecy. I really hope. I don't know. I'm curious to see how that goes down. I hope they don't ruin that. I hope they don't ruin the whole, you know, Anakin being the prophet thing. I hope they don't ruin that. That would really bug me. So we'll see. But anyway, I know I try to blow through these movies as quickly as I possibly could. A half hour into these, I just shot through these movies. So I really just wanted to basically give some of my thoughts on these. I didn't really want to review the movies too much, because it's stupid to review the Star Wars movies. We've all seen them. We all know. There's about a bazillion review videos out there. Go watch them. They're better than this one. But I kind of just want to give my thoughts on the movies, really, in my opinion, just why I like them. I mean, I love all the movies, except kind of for this one. But these aside, let's just talk about the, you know, the 6 movies here. I love them all. I think they're great. I love the prequel movies. I know so many people dislike them. I don't get that. Again, I think all 6 movies have their issues. Not a single one of them is perfect. I think that people just put the original trilogy on this pedestal and refuse to look at anything bad and anything not so great about those movies, and then they just destroy. They step all over the prequels, which I just don't get, in my opinion, because I think all 6 movies are great. And they all have their problems, but they're all fantastic. And I love watching every one. And I would highly recommend all 6 films. If it's your first time watching them, I am going to say watch them in order of how they were released. So episode 4, 5, 6, and then 1, 2, 3. But you know, after that, I kind of say once you've seen them that way, I feel like you're pretty much good for watching them in chronological order. That's the way I tend to watch them nowadays. You know, again, I have mixed feelings about the updates and whatnot, but, you know, they are what they are. Now that I've seen these in high definition, because that's my one thing I really want to see in high definition, I'll probably go back next time I watch the movies and watch my unedited versions, most likely. But really cool set here, actually. I love this set, by the way. Lots of good special features on here. But yeah, so anyway, that's it. I'm done. I'm not going to go too much about these. I really don't want to review these too much, because it's Star Wars, but just want to kind of give you my thoughts on just the series, just some things I wanted to bring up and whatnot about why I like them. And, you know, Palpatine, I think he's the badass, and Darth Vader's kind of just like, you know, as far as a bad guy, and, you know, things like that I just kind of wanted to bring up. So watch the movies. They're fantastic, with the exception of Clone Wars. This wasn't so great. In fact, you know, if you're going to watch some Clone Wars, watch the Cartoon Network miniseries that was done by the people who did Samurai Jack. That's a really good series. Check that out. This movie was garbage, but the new movie, really good. See this. I actually really enjoy this. I'm pumped to watch this TV series. So, all right. There you go. That's it. I'm done. Reviews over. Like I said, came prepared. I almost drank all my water. We are done this video. So, all right. So anyway, guys, that's it. So like I always say, if you like this video, please give me a like. All I gotta do is click the little thumbs up tab down below. It takes 2 seconds and it means the absolute world to me. I'd really appreciate the support. Also, if you're not already subbed, I do a brand new daily sickness video every single day. So please hit that subscribe button. Reviews, although usually much different things than movies everybody already knows about. So reviews, unboxings, cinema hunting videos, collection updates, looks into my collection, looks into my sickness for cinema on a daily basis. So if you want to see me every single day, I've been doing these videos for 4 years now. I've got no plans on stopping. Hit that subscribe button down below. Also, if you're not already over at cinemasickness.com, there's a link down below to that as well. Click on that link, head over there, check it out. I post these videos there, but I post so much more as well. There's all kinds of stuff for you to check out over there. So definitely head over there. You can check out Team Sickness while you're there. You can purchase Cinema Sickness t-shirts. There's 16 designs to choose from. You can get hats, buttons, satchels, all kinds of stuff over there at cinemasickness.com. So, all right, I'm done. I'm going to go to bed now so I can wake up tomorrow and enjoy a day off of work. So excited about that with my family. So again, just kind of want to give you some just thoughts I had going through my head about the Star Wars movies. This wasn't necessarily a review video as much as it was just kind of, hey, my sort of weird thoughts on the movies. I just, this video is only a half hour long. I could have talked to you guys for 5 hours about the Star Wars films if I really, really wanted to and give you every single little bit of my thoughts on this. So please leave comments down below. I would love to discuss more Star Wars with you. I left out a lot of stuff. I did not say everything I have to say. I will leave that for next time I watch the Star Wars movies. But there's all kinds of stuff that I certainly could have gone into more depth on. I certainly could have given you more opinions on. I could have talked about that I didn't even talk about. So leave comments down below if you have if you want to talk about anything I talked about, or you want to bring something else up, a whole new topic. Leave a comment and we can discuss them. Who knows? Maybe I'll even do another video somewhere down the line if you guys bring up a lot of good stuff. Maybe I'll answer some questions or something like that. I don't know. So leave comments, please do. Sorry, guys. That's it. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great Friday. I'm excited for today. Should be a good day off of work. Sorry if you have work today. But hey, the weekend's here. If you don't work on the weekends, awesome. Of course, if you do work on the weekends, sorry. So, I don't know. Again, have a great weekend, guys. And I will see you tomorrow on Saturday. See you then, guys. Bye.